And we're live. Here we are on Facebook, on YouTube, and other platforms for Off the Record. And I have somebody I've been really looking forward to hanging out with for the next few minutes, and that's Dave Woods. Dave in the country woods is in the house.
Hey,
Dave.
good to see you. Good to be here.
Oh, this is so great. I remember the first time we met. It was at Rock the Coliseum in Mississauga.
Yes.
And we have a friend, mutual friend, Kristen Nichols band, and they were like, "That's why we went." And then we saw other acts who were like, "Oh my gosh, this is phenomenal!"
Yeah, it was a
And it was
stacked
such a great
lineup.
event.
Yeah.
And you hosted and made us feel like we all belong there. You have a gift of connecting with people in a tremendous way. And I hope tonight we're going to have some people connect with you, maybe for the very first time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I love hosting and I love making people feel welcome and being part of the community. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things we're going to talk about your accolades and awards. Like it's pretty significant. And again, thanks for the time. I didn't know where to begin, and so because I don't know you personally enough, I'm just going to throw a way back question, like
Sure.
when you were a kid. I don't know if you had a dream of ever becoming have your world framed by country music, to have a public life like you do. What was it like when you were a kid, thinking about these kind of things?
Yeah, I know. One thing I started doing early when I was a kid was writing lyrics. So I was into country music at a really young age because I grew up in it in my household, like my parents' home. My dad was a huge country fan, Hank Williams, all the classic stuff. So I got into kind of poetry and then lyric writing. So I did a lot of lyric writing, sent some stuff away, connected with writers. So one of the earliest things was kind of that. And then later on, I wanted to be like on television in some form as a host, I guess, or write scripts or act. Possibly, I don't know that I'm a good actor, but just kind of in the arts, kind of that kind of thing, or theater. I didn't necessarily go hardcore at those things, but um, kind of those were kind of things I wanted to do. And then when I went to college, I went to radio and television in Scarborough to Centennial
Oh,
College.
very cool.
Yeah, so I actually took that. Initially, I was thinking TV in some fashion or other. I just didn't know, but something in TV. And then there was a radio portion of the program, of course. And the teacher said, "You got a pretty good voice." I'd never thought that before, but or thought about radio either. But then I thought,
You've
well, I
got a
love
face for radio. Is that what they said?
that's it. That's exactly what they said. So yeah, I was born for radio with this. So what was cool about it was, well, the reason was because of the country music. So I wasn't thinking in terms of any other reason, but I thought I love country music, and nobody else in the class, people at my age in this particular class at that time, knew anything about country music. It was my expertise. So just like somebody who'd be crazy about sports, I was into country music that way. So I thought, oh, I'll get into radio and I'll know what I'm talking about and I'll enjoy it. So
Yeah.
I did actually work in radio. So fast forward, I ended up moving up to Aurelia back in the day, and I worked up at a country station for quite a few years
I
on the
probably
air.
heard you. I lived up in that area, Washago. I may have
Okay.
tuned in because I was a cowboy up in Washago at a ranch. So we had country music all the time. Who knows? Maybe I heard you.
You
With this.
probably did back in the day because I was on the station that was, it's now Pure Country 106. It was Kix 106
Kicks
or
106.
CFOR when it was AM way back in
Yeah.
the day.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. That
Yeah.
is so fun to know. Your child ambitions like that, they open up and you start to dream about things, but then you kind of find your way. Did you have any influences when you were younger that maybe sparked or shaped that desire to pursue what you did, or was that basically just what you wanted to do?
It's a great question. Probably, yeah, people I saw on TV were influences. Like I liked SCTV, for example. I like that. I liked a lot of TV shows. Tommy Hunter in the country world, right? And he hosted, of course, his own show. Crook and Chase
Great show.
on the radio, and TNN, like the Nashville Network. So there were a lot of those kind of influences as far as, I mean, SCTV was comedy, obviously, but the other stuff in the country world.
Yeah.
Funny enough, my dad, speaking of influences in radio, but kind of a not a direct influence, but when he was a teenager years and years ago, because that was a while back, he hitchhiked up to Midland when he was like 19, hadn't gone to radio college, and just back then, he hitchhiked and then he got a job in radio. And there's kind of a story about what happened, but he would tell me this story. He wasn't in it that long, but he would tell me when I was growing up about being in radio and the call letters and everything. I didn't go into radio because of that, But it was years
Right.
later, I ended up in that same exact market, Aurelia, and I did some work at the Midland station where he had been like 30 years prior. And it was just kind of a coincidence,
Wow.
you
That's
know, which is kind of cool.
amazing.
Like I didn't say I'm going to do it because of that. I went in for TV, moved to radio, but then it just turned out I ended up where he was. So, and now,
That's
so that was kind of
awesome.
an indirect influence because I remember him talking about it subconsciously, I guess. But he was a huge country music fan. So that's kind of where I got the first love of the music itself from, because he would play Hank Williams,
Mhm.
Johnny Cash, like on the vinyl records,
Oh, yeah.
classic.
Oh, beautiful.
And then I got into the country that was on in my day, Alabama, Kenny Rogers, Steve Warner, just all the people, and Michelle Wright, a lot of great Canadian acts. So he had his era, which I like as well, the older stuff. And then I got into
Yep.
my more modern era at that time. And I was just, I guess, obsessed, you could say, which is hard to believe, with country music.
Hmm. Randy Travis. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks, that area. Uh, Hillbilly Deluxe. I don't know if you remember Dwight
Brooks and
Gilpin.
Dunn.
So, like, that was stuff we listened to all the time too back in that day.
Yeah.
Uh, was there a specific artist, maybe like a country artist, or a moment, maybe, or I'll even focus. Was there a song that like made you realize country music is for me? Like, this is the path I'm going to follow. Was there anything like that?
Early on, I'm trying to think of the earliest country songs I liked, and there were some really early on. Um, there was a song by Alabama called Lady Down on Love, which is beautiful. Um, their harmonies are great in it. A lot of Kenny Rogers stuff. He was an
Sure.
early artist that I got into. I mean, I was a young kid in Scarborough. Not that that doesn't mean I couldn't like Kenny Rogers, but a kid from
It wouldn't
Scarborough
be
just,
necessarily what everybody else was listening
yeah,
to. Yeah.
exactly. Like my brother was into the Rolling Stones and all the kind of the rock stuff. And I was into, I also did grow up liking pop and a lot of rock, but I was into country, the kind of the main thing. But Kenny Rogers, yeah, was an early one that I just loved his voice and his songs. And I would go out and buy all his new albums just as soon as they came out. Just same with Alabama. Whenever a new
Wow.
album came out, I had to get it. Had to read the lyrics on the
Yeah.
on the album. If the lyric came with it, it was like, this is great. So I'd read the lyrics just because that was part of the songs. So yeah, Kenny Rogers,
What an
Alabama.
era.
What's
When you
that?
had the album and you pulled out the lyrics, sometimes there was posters in there, right?
Yeah,
And it's like you spend hours just kind of going over it. I think today's digital culture, they lose that really beautiful idea of just being immersed in the art of it, like the lyrics themselves, because now
yeah,
we're guessing what the lyrics are half the time. But then you were like, you knew what they were. You could sing along with it, enjoy it.
yeah, yeah. You're right. It was a physical experience because yeah, you were reading it, looking at it, as well as hearing it, and you had
Yeah,
something in your hands, the album. So, and you were putting the needle on. So yeah, it just kind of felt you're more connected to it. And what I understand is that it's come back. I was talking to, well, over the last few years, we hear a lot of people, even young people, are into vinyl and even
true.
CDs. I heard the other day, which is
Hmm.
interesting.
Now, you started in the country, obviously, maybe as a sample idea of what you wanted to do to kind of make your way, or was there like when at the very beginning, back in 2000, 2008, 2009, if
Yeah,
I get the dates right,
yeah,
where you began
2009.
to imagine that you would grow this kind of, you probably didn't think of it in terms of like a brand or a social platform, but you began to host series and host interview, like you did a whole bunch. Tell us about the first days when you started.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Where did you imagine this to come from?
Good question. Where, at that point, I had no clue or no idea where it would go. That obviously that it would end up where it is today, but it did start with the podcast in early 2009. One of the first podcasts, because I think they started around then and just, a year before,
Right.
as I recall. So the idea was to do like an interview show and play music, which is what the show is. Now I do Zoom and different things, but back then it was strictly audio and it was, playing the songs and interviewing. Um, I just wanted to do that. And I didn't think in terms of where it would go, but I was getting interviews. Like early on, I had an interview with Ronnie Millsap. And looking back,
Wow.
I don't know how I got that interview. Um,
It's like
but
how I feel about the interview I got with you now.
same kind of feeling, I guess.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I had Ronnie Millsap early on, and well, there were publicists that had reached out to me, I guess, once I started doing it. But still, I was a pretty big artist to get. So it just kind of developed. Like it was the show for quite a while. So I was interviewing a lot of up and coming artists. that have gone on to bigger things, and some of them were big at the time. At one point, it was about 8 years into the show, I interviewed Anne Murray, and I don't know how I got that interview, other than I
Oh,
reached out several times to her website, just kind of, I guess to management. I'd love to interview Anne. And anyway, after a few times, I got that call and I did it. I get to interview her. She was lovely. Um, so I didn't know where it was going to go, but that led to getting to know all these artists and doing interviews
sure.
and good feedback. The live shows that I do now at the Moonshine and other places, but started first at the Moonshine, that began years later. So that was about 2016 approximately. So we're almost up to 10 years, 9 or 10
That's
years.
amazing, actually.
Yeah, of the writer's show. So that became the second part of it while still doing the podcast. But the podcast was first, and then social media shortly after that. So that became a thing, promoting the artist on social media, as I still do.
Hmm.
And then the
You
live
do a
shows. But
lot
no,
of that. You're amazing at that, to be
oh,
honest.
thank you.
You feel like everybody's publicist.
Well, that's
You're
nice to say. Yeah, I like doing that. I mean, I love that part and giving the artists the exposure. So yeah, thank you. If I'm good at that, I appreciate you saying so.
Oh,
I know I
without a
love doing
doubt.
it.
I think everybody wants to be Dave's friend too, is what I see. It just like it's pretty amazing how you've been able to just find this niche that really meets a need in the Ontario landscape for sure, but in country music in general, I would imagine. But
Yeah.
you've been rewarded for the effort, all that's brought you, how your shows evolved and into the larger music, country music platforms that you're engaged with, but you have once again been nominated in 2026 for CMA Ontario Industry Person of the Year Award.
Yep, that's correct.
What is what? So define that because that's a mouthful to say, but it
Thank you.
feels so huge. Can you tell the audience who might not have a clue about these awards, what is that?
Sure. No, that is a good question. The industry award, there can be different kinds of people who do different things in that category. So I
Okay.
do what I do, but there are people in there who might run a record label. There's videographers in there who do a great job covering, on an exceptional level. So it's somebody who's promoting and supporting the industry in whatever way that is. So
Sure.
yeah, it's different roles. So that's one where it's not one thing. Whereas a female artist is a female artist, male artist, male artist. Industry could be many different things, but the main thing in common is I don't know the exact definition. I know there is a definition, but it's somebody who, I guess, simply promotes and supports country music in Ontario, in
Hmm.
whatever way they do it, whether it's making music videos, blogging about it, hosting shows, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So, yeah, so it's different functions in it, but it's back to promoting our great music in this province.
Right. And there is a lot of great artists in Ontario. It's amazing. And festivals that come through and these great events. You do a lot of them in the Toronto area, which is really fun. You've been at the Rivoli and El Macombo and a bunch of
Yeah.
other things where you're promoting it, but you're also hosting a lot of these events too. So you're everywhere, my friend. I don't know if there's a place that you're not. That's maybe maybe we
I'm
should
sure there.
answer that. Are you anywhere that you're not?
I'm sure there are many places I haven't yet been that I may get to. I always like to find a new venue. Even
Okay.
though I probably can't take a new venue on monthly, just to obviously you can't have too many monthly ones, but I like to do some one-offs now and then. So like I've done the Burdock Music Hall a few times a year, the Rec Room in Mississauga, which is a great place. I do that a few times a year. And then there's some other places, but the two main ones again are the Moonshine, which is monthly and it's been monthly for years and years, almost a decade. And now the Painted Lady is my new monthly one, which is
Yeah, I've
Sunday
heard of those
afternoons.
places. Yeah. I've never been to
Yeah,
one of those, but Moonshine Cafe, like that's a pretty big deal, right?
it is. Yeah, in Oakville, they're a great legendary place. They've got a new venue they opened up in the last year, but they've been around as that name for almost 20 years now.
Wow, that's cool.
The Painted Ladies in Toronto, so it's cool because I've got Oakville and then Toronto. So they're both of them have a different kind of vibe because they're different cities and different venues. So
Hmm. And
um,
then you show up at these festivals and events. Like I know you've been at Mississauga for Rock the Coliseum, as I mentioned, and other places. You're in Stony Creek for their Boots in the Creek
yeah,
event, and
that
saw
was a
you there
fun one.
too. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was great.
I enjoyed
Um,
it last year. Yeah.
so you win these awards. They're pretty significant, but like the industry person of the year, you've not just once, but twice, and then you're nominated again. Like, how does that, what does that feel like to be recognized with that kind of? status, if you want to put it that way, or that recognition is a better way to put.
Yeah,
What's it
no,
feel like?
Anthony, it feels yeah, it feels amazing. Surprising. I mean, I'd been nominated a few times prior to winning. The first year I won, I mean, I was just, I guess you could say, in shock or definite surprise, because you never know if they're going to call your name or not. And there were a few years they hadn't, which was cool, but I had the nominations. But the
Sure.
year, I remember it was New Moon Junction who were announcing it. This was in Hamilton, that was the first year, 2023. And yeah, you just hear your name.
Yeah.
I think anybody, yeah, when you hear your name, whoever you are, but it's your name and you just wow. But yeah, in that moment you just feel, and then when you reflect on it after, of course, you just feel appreciative. Uh, you feel, yeah, you just feel great that you've been recognized, and that, I mean, this
Hmm.
is voted by members, so that's, you're not chosen by a panel, you're actually by fellow people, fellow members.
Oh, that'd be much more meaningful, I would think.
Yeah, yeah, as opposed to, chosen by a committee is cool too, but it is more meaningful, obviously, when it's the votes that
Hmm.
get you in. Yeah, it felt great. I mean, and then I won again in 2024, and um, you just, yeah, it feels wonderful, and to know that you are recognized, as you said, and that people feel that way about you, and it just makes you feel good, make me feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, you learn how to ride a bike, and they say you never forget how to ride a bike.
right.
There's other things that you do in life, you pick it up later on. But I would imagine every time you get an award, it feels like it's something brand new for sure,
Mhm.
because of all the dynamics of what got you there that year, for example, and things you had to overcome or the work you had to do probably
Sure.
so that people recognize it. Like I mentioned, so many of the artists want to be your friend, want to be recognized with you, have selfies with you. I don't think there's anyone with more selfies than you.
That's kind of my
It's
thing. Yeah, I'll admit it.
it's so awesome,
I don't
man.
have to admit it. It's just true. Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Selfies
always
are fun. Yeah, they're just fun to have.
always, yeah. Killer smiles all the way.
Well, so yeah, it just feels good when selfies. Yeah, you're with that person and you're just kind of capturing the moment. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and
that's
it's
great,
it's
dude.
good publicity as well as just kind of fun to do.
Hmm. And I've also had the opportunity, privilege with Nashville Songwriters Association to actually be on an online listening to you lead one of those things, hearing other people write their songs and the music, and then kind of it gets critiqued and I'm fascinated by all that. It would be new for me for sure, but just listening and
Yeah,
learning and then having you and Dan McVie,
yeah,
who's the other
yeah,
person with Nashville, the Toronto chapter, that is.
yeah, yeah.
It's very cool.
Good.
You
I'm
must.
glad you enjoy it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We do it, as you know, once a month on a Tuesday at night, 7:30.
Mhm.
Members come on a Zoom call like this, but we usually have, 6 or 7 people, sometimes 10, whatever the number is, submitting songs ahead of time for those who haven't been part of this, the lyrics and the song. And as a group, we critique in a positive way, but we pick
Yep.
out things that could be improved, and we say what we like. And so, yeah, it gives the members, yeah, a chance to, generally they're submitting a song that isn't finished, or at least isn't fully demoed, so that
Yeah,
now
it's in the works. Yeah.
yeah, it's in the work. So that way they can maybe take some of these changes we talk about and rewrite it or change a few lines before they actually like do the full demo. So
Hmm.
they get input. So that, yeah, it's kind of cool because we hear all kinds of songs, and it's really positive. And yeah, it's great. I've been doing that for just about a year. Dan's been doing it for close to 30 years, believe it or
Oh, is
not.
that right? Didn't
Yeah,
know
he's a
that.
long time coordinator. So he's been involved in it a long time. And he asked me
Hmm.
about a year ago when his other co-coordinator was moving on to other things, and Dan invited me. So I've been having a blast.
Wow, that's great. I was wondering, Dave, this might be a really kind of odd question. I think you'll know where I'm going with it because I kind of set it up a little bit with you beforehand. But I was wondering if something that you personally are really proud of, like with the shows that you host or that you're involved in, it could be a behind the scenes contribution that nobody would know about, or if there's something personal that people even outside or inside the industry may have never heard of before. But would you be open to share anything with my audience today? A little bit of the backstory on one of those experiences or something that you're really super proud of?
Sure. Yeah. What comes to mind, Anthony, when you ask me that is, I think there's two things that I'm most proud of. One is giving new artists, young artists, new artists, they might not even be young, but artists
Right.
who haven't done songwriter rounds or haven't played maybe in a lot of music showcases at that point, um, giving them one of their first experiences in a writer's round. So they get confident when they do it a few times and they get to share their song. So it's kind of giving them that first chance to perform, especially, and maybe they've played at bars in some cases where they're doing cover songs mostly, right? Because that's what the bars
Sure.
require.
Sure.
So here they're getting to do their own written songs because it's three original songs. And they do one cover, but mainly original songs and tell the stories behind them in this format with other artists on the stage.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's what I'm proud of when I think back to different artists like Sully Burrows, who came along. He's only 19 now. He was 17 when he started to do a few of my shows, and now, of course, he's gone on to major things. And other artists along the way who it was their first show, and then followed because I bring these people back. So that is one thing, giving somebody new, and then hearing back how positive it was for them, and knowing that it was the start of something positive for them and constructive as their music career started. And the other thing is how much networking in a community that's been built over the years. I'm really proud of that. That the artists who have connected through my shows, first meeting others in the community at the show,
Right.
and going on to become friends with those other people that they've met, other artists and writers, and then doing other shows with them elsewhere, but just kind of building this community that a lot of them have met, or a bunch of them have met at my shows, and then gone on to become part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been several artists who have reached out who were in other genres, whether it was pop or folk or rock, and wanted to make the move to country. And so they would reach out to me. This probably 4 or 5 over the years that I can think of. And
Okay.
this was their gateway to kind of get into the country market.
Yeah, that's interesting. I have noticed that with other art, other genres, countries like feels like it's cool again, as Lainey Wilson would say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
it
that's really
is.
fascinating. But you've been there like from the get-go, so you're watching this kind of evolution of style and music and contemporary, modern, all the different, like the new country stuff with
Yeah,
some of the classic stuff. So
yeah,
you've seen a lot of that different. Hey, so you mentioned the word community.
yeah,
So it's like a tight-knit community for sure, especially in the
yeah.
country music world in Ontario. Everybody knows each other. Like, has that created your own kind of family, so to speak, as well, where you've in that community, you've built like some friendships that have gone beyond just involvement in shows or presentations and things. Like, is there any of that that has happened because of it? Like almost like a bonus side effect.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There are people who have become friends, great acquaintances, people that I hang out with. So definitely that's a part of it. So yeah, definitely not like a business thing where it's just kind of all professional.
Hmm.
There are friendships, yeah, and people you get close to and hang out with and you see at shows, my shows or other shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just have a good feeling. There's a lot of us who are in that community, and you know a lot of them. And yeah, just we're all kind of we hang out at the shows and have a good time. And so that is definitely one of the things I love about it, that it's not just shows for the sake of the music and all that. That's the big part of it, but it's the friendships you get out of it too.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's more
awesome.
than a performance, way more than just pretending for the moment.
Yeah,
You get to build some lasting relationships. I think that's true of every
yeah,
community I've been able to move around in is like there's some people that you carry with you. They
yeah,
come in your heart for in your moment for a little while and then they go because you move on or they move on. But then there's some
yeah.
people, even if you move on or they move on, they're still part of your life.
They're still part of your life. Absolutely. Because people all message, and you'll just joke with them or whatever, or talk to them, or they'll ask you a question about whatever the business maybe, or even just a
Hmm.
friendship question. So there are a lot of people, including Angelica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My niece. So
Shout out to it. Now, is she
yeah.
your niece? Because I don't know the whole
Well,
story.
it's like a second niece. So it's my
Okay.
cousin's daughter. So
Hmm.
first cousin's daughter.
Well, there
So
you go. That's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
the
shout out to
Applemans.
Angelica.
Peter and Anthony were best buds. They hung out on the farm with us all the time
Oh,
growing up in Woodstock, and so yeah, we're pretty close. I have a large family, so I have a
oh,
lot of cousins. I think one of our family reunions we counted 70 cousins or something
oh
like
my
that. It was
goodness.
in I know big families,
And how
but
about siblings?
nonetheless.
Do you have like bunch of brothers
I
and
have
sisters?
I have four brothers.
Okay.
So, but I have like my mom and dad, like on each side, 10 and 11 brothers and sisters. Plus they all got married, plus they all had kids and then grandkids. And so it's like, it's pretty wild in the Doe's family, but it's all good.
Wow.
I'm gonna ask you a couple thoughts here. We're
Sure.
wrapping up time so quick here. It's just flying by.
Flies by.
And this is more like on the personal side of things that would be feel like fulfillment for you personally. That if there was anything that you could like, I mean, there's a lot of things, I'm sure, but if you could narrow it down to maybe one or two things that you feel is the most fulfilling personally for you, and why would you focus on that one or two things that you think are personally fulfilling?
Like most fulfilling about doing the shows and the interviews, etc.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
whole world that you're in. I mean, it's pretty like you're in a lot of different worlds, and
Mhm.
it's amazing. And everything you do, like, is done with excellence. But I'm sure that there's some things that you do that feel like the most, you hinted at it earlier, personally fulfilling, but
Yeah.
I don't know if there was something you could share with us.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Overall, right, with the shows, the interviews, or the live shows, I guess it's giving a word somebody used yesterday when I was at a CCMA event, specifically with what I do, like a launching pad. So it's a chance for these artists to get, as I mentioned before, kind of their first shot at this. So
Mm,
that is fulfilling for me to know that something I've done through shows or maybe an interview, or I've showcased them on my social media, that I've given them a chance to get exposure and given them a chance to, I guess, get a start, get on their way.
hmm
Or I've talked to somebody, maybe in some cases, a parent will reach out to me, or it could be the artist themselves, and ask me for some pointers. There's certain pointers I don't know. I don't know everything about the business, but what I can do is connect them to other people. So they might say, "Who do I go for a music video?" And I, give them names. Who should I write songs with? So
Cool.
yeah, helping them out, I guess, in that way behind the scenes, or definitely at my shows, I would say that's a big rewarding part for me. And to have built the community, as I said before, kind of just the whole thing, just building the brand, but also um, giving artists the chance to get in the right lane, you know, so they're in
hmm
front of the right people.
Like, I think you have pioneered a community. Like, I don't know
So
how much existed before, but everything that you've done have brought a lot of people together, like not just once in a while. There's a lot of things that people could connect with. You're a phenomenal connector in that way. And the people that know you feel the same way about it. They know you got to connect with Dave. I think I asked you a question once, a random email once about us. What I need a male singer to help me with
yes,
a demo or something. It's
yep,
like, and
that's
you
right.
knew the right people to ask.
Yeah, I sent you some people exactly.
Yeah. And
Um,
so that's cool.
yeah, no, connecting is great. I think that's what I do. And the artists go on to work hard and have success. So I'm not the main thing, obviously, that gets them to the big steps, the big level, but it's that starting point and getting them kind of on the right track. And just the connections, I think. And I enjoy it. I enjoy being at the shows. I enjoy getting up and hosting and asking the questions that I do. So I
hmm
definitely enjoy that. I enjoy making the posters. Like I just enjoy the whole process of creating, from
hmm
reaching out to the artist, choosing the lineup, the posters, the social media marketing. I just enjoy that whole, it feels very creative to me and satisfying. And then when I get the feedback from the artist, how much they enjoyed it, then that, kind of seals the deal in terms of being satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And knowing how creative you are, I'm assuming that there's things in the future on the horizon that have your eyes set on, things that you want to accomplish, or that there's some special things that you are looking forward to down the road, or you want to promote anything. Do you want
Yeah.
to
Oh,
mention that?
absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for this chance, Anthony. I've got a couple of shows coming up. There's three I can think of. One is the Moonshine, May 20th. That's a Wednesday. I got Amanda and James who are up for Duo of the Year at Group or Duo of the Year at the CMAOs. May 20th, Moonshine. May 24th, that's a Sunday at the Painted Lady. I've got Chase Stevens. I've got five other great artists that will join him: David Archibald, Laura Gagnon, a few new ones that I haven't had out before, which is cool. And then the biggest show for the next while for me is to do with the Country Music Association of Ontario Awards. They take place in Port Credit from Friday to Sunday, the festival and awards weekend, with the awards Sunday night at the Port Credit Arena. The show I'm doing is on the Thursday night, which is May 28th. And that's at the Port Credit Legion. And
Okay.
I've called it Making the Rounds, kind of a play on words, because it's
Yeah.
a writer's round and
Yeah.
we're making the rounds. It is actually Angelica's there, Jade Hilton, Andy Colonico, Dana Reed, Chase Kasner, Rosewood Avenue, Ethan Miller. Those are just a few of the names. There's 13 artists in total. Basically, it's doors at 6. At 7, there's one round of 3 artists. So they'll go from 7 to just before 8. And then another 3 artists from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, and 10 to just before 11. So there's like 4 hours of writers' rounds.
Wow. Did you organize all that? Did you
I
put all
did.
that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Man,
started
you
this.
are busy putting all that together, I would imagine.
Thank you. This was one of the bigger shows I'm pulling off just because of the amount of artists. And it's a bigger venue. But yeah, I came up with this idea, I guess, a few months back and reached out to the Port Credit Legion, the Riverview Hall, which can hold several hundred or maybe even 300. So I'm hoping to get a couple hundred people there. That's the plan.
Mm,
Anyway, tickets are going well so far, but anybody watching, make sure you get your ticket. There's a link on social media on my sites. And yeah, I'll be hosting the night and tables and chairs and a nice stage and lots of pictures will be taken to capture the moments. And it's going to be a great night at the
that's
end.
great. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you probably at a music festival or at the next Nashville Songwriters Association
To
gathering.
Anthony.
That'll be great. Dave, any last thoughts? I just want to tell everybody that's watching, jump in the chat, leave a comment on YouTube. I'd love for you, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, to please subscribe. That really helps me get these interviews out and other artists that are out there. I really feel like there's an important part in connecting people. Like Dave's really good at connecting, but I feel that's part of what I wanted to do, help artists connect with other people. And this platform is that it's off the record. Please subscribe to that. Dave, last word to you.
I want to thank you, Anthony, for having me here, giving me this chance to share some thoughts that other people may not have known before, but a little bit of how I got here to this point. And just want to say again that it's just this community that I love. It's so positive. It's why I keep doing what I do.
Mm,
The people are great. The people I know already, the new people who come along and reach out to me, or I find them to have at a show, they're great. So I just always have a good time. Always a good time at the shows,
that's
my
great.
shows, other people's shows. That's why I keep doing it, because it's just a great community to be a part of. And I want everyone to know that I just love being here.
That's great.
Yeah.
And thanks for being a great leader in the midst of that community. Every community needs some leadership, and you're doing a great job on that. Friends, again, thank you for hanging out on Off the Record. I'm going to leave it now with my good friend and now your good friend, Dave Woods, and we'll see you again next week. Take care, everyone.